The Antigravity A1 is about to get a huge update with a total of about 7 new features. I was able to test a beta version of the new firmware, and today I'll show you what's new. Yes, of course, the timing of this update isn't a coincidence. It's also related to the release of the DJI Avata 360. I'll share my initial thoughts on a comparison with the Avata 360 and why some important aspects were overlooked in previous reviews at the end of this video. Regardless, it's important and great that an existing product is constantly being improved. So let's take a look at the A1's new features. And there's quite a bit to say about them. Aside from the camera and lenses, the A1 has sensors on the bottom and front. Until now, the A1 did have obstacle avoidance, but only forward and downward. Personally, I didn't see that as a major issue, since the A1 cannot fly backward. While it was possible to collide with something from the side or above, this could be avoided with a little caution. Nevertheless, it's useful that this has now changed and the A1 now has obstacle avoidance in all directions. Since the A1 doesn't have sensors at the back, on the sides or upwards, this is handled via the image from the 360 camera. And I think this is an important upgrade, because even a slight touch of a propeller can lead to a quick crash and significant damage to the drone. I'd also like to add one more thing. There has been repeated criticism that the A1 can't fly backward. Personally though, I've never missed that, because there are actually few reasons to want to fly the A1 backward. You can turn it around in seconds, and since it films backward with the 360 camera, there are honestly hardly any situations where you would need to do that. And the next new feature also has to do with obstacle avoidance. Previously, if the A1 got too close to an obstacle, it would simply stop. The drone wasn't capable of flying around the obstacle, unlike some other drones. With the new update, there is now a bypass feature. When you activate it, the A1 will automatically fly around the detected obstacle instead of just stopping. This is a very important upgrade for me, as it allows me to fly closer to obstacles without the drone abruptly braking and ruining the shot. It's also significant that this brings the A1 up to par with the Avata 360, which also only has sensors facing forward and downward and handles obstacle avoidance in other directions using its 360 camera. While the A1 catches up to the Avata 360 with its new obstacle avoidance features, the other new features are exclusive to the A1 and are not available on the Avata 360. With the new update, the A1 now also supports voice commands.
Return to home.
While you can't fully control the drone with your voice, you can use voice commands to take off, initiate a return to home, start recording, take a photo, or change the flight mode. You can also activate advanced features, such as obstacle avoidance, change the viewing mode, or activate Deep Track, Sky Path, or Sky Genie.
FPV mode.
And this is especially useful, because you no longer have to open the menu mid-flight to access these features, allowing you to focus on the flight itself. A useful new feature. One thing that clearly sets the A1 apart from other drones is its strong emphasis on the actual flying experience. With the A1, it's not just about taking a quick 360 shot. The actual flying is meant to be an immersive experience and above all, fun. That's why the A1 also features the virtual cockpit, which lets you display different flying devices. And there are now a few interesting new features for the virtual cockpit. You can now fly in the virtual cockpit not only in first-person view, but also in third-person view. This means you can now also look at the aircraft, the kite or the plane from behind. This adds an even stronger sense of a gaming experience to the whole thing. And it's not just this new feature that enhances the flying experience with a gaming feel. Once you've created a flight path, there are now new skins for the path itself. And funnily enough, for the path markers too. So now there are coins or crystals. At the same time, you can now also display the virtual cockpit in flight path mode, allowing you, for example, to fly the path with your kite in the real world and collect the crystals. The kids will love it. And there's another new feature regarding flight paths. You can set the camera angle for each path marker. The camera angle will then automatically adjust smoothly between one marker and the next. It's true that with a 360 recording, you are filming in all directions anyway, but this way you can set the camera angle right during recording and save time on reframing later. One recording mode I rarely use with drones is the time-lapse mode, but it can be very useful with a 360 drone, since you have a complete 360 image available in post-production. So while you are taking a static shot from the air, you can then create a time-lapse video with motion, which can look pretty cool. The new time-lapse mode wasn't active yet in the new beta firmware version I was able to test. And the time-lapse mode will be available in both normal video recording and Sky Path mode. This way, you can even plan time-lapse recordings where the drone moves constantly and slowly. We all know that reframing is still one of the major drawbacks of 360 cameras for many people. That's why it's helpful when this process becomes increasingly automated. The app already offers various AI-based features, including a complete auto-edit function. But since the previous auto-edit function wasn't specifically designed for aerial footage, it didn't always produce optimal results. That's about to change, as the app's auto-edit feature has been revamped. Alongside the new firmware, the clips now include camera movements, sound effects, and music specifically designed for aerial footage. For example, these clips were generated in portrait mode using the new auto-edit feature from some of my older recordings. I like that they produce clean, beautiful results without exaggerated camera movements. I'm not a huge fan of those. These are all interesting and useful new features. The new firmware will be available on April 27th. And yes, updating the A1 can sometimes be a bit of a hassle. That's why I recommend using the Antigravity Sync app for the update process. It's a desktop app that allows for a quick update via cable connection to your PC. This is significantly faster than performing a direct update using the goggles. And as announced at the beginning, a few more thoughts on a comparison between the A1 and the Avata 360. I didn't receive the Avata 360 in advance, and it took me a while to get my hands on one. In return, there will soon be an independent and objective comparison. However, it will take some time. But one thing has struck me in the comparisons I've seen so far. Some important aspects have mostly been overlooked. The A1 was developed and designed as a 360 drone from the very beginning. This also applies to the vision goggles, which offer an extremely wide field of view and a very immersive flying experience. This is not the case with the Avata 360. The Avata 360 was integrated into the existing DJI ecosystem, and it was important that it be compatible with the existing controllers. And that is also one of the Avata 360's greatest strengths. But the DJI goggles, such as the high-quality Goggles 3 shown here, have significantly smaller screens than the Antigravity vision goggles. It will therefore be difficult to provide the same immersive experience. And the price comparison often cited is only partially accurate. The Avata 360 is apparently available starting at $450 without goggles and a controller. And that's exactly the version I would have bought, because I have all the DJI controllers and the Goggles 3 here. But this particular version seems to be out of stock everywhere, and the combo with the goggles N3 and the motion controller already costs $930. And those are the budget goggles, which are in no way comparable to the vision goggles of the A1. The high-end Goggles 3 cost an extra $500. And there is no combo with the Avata 360 and the Goggles 3. The A1 was on sale for quite some time and available starting at $1,280. Unfortunately, prices have gone up again, but I'm sure there will be more deals. Sure, the A1 is expensive, but if you use the link in the description, you'll receive a free landing pad and an exclusive double lens pack worth a total of $99. With the double lens pack, you can replace not just one lens cover, but two potentially damaged lenses. All of this really puts the price difference into perspective. Personally, I think it's great and important that there is competition. From Antigravity, I would like to see them release a controller that also enables a quick flight without goggles, because that's currently only possible with the Avata 360. And I hope there will be more drones from Antigravity as well. A single dominant manufacturer has never been an advantage for us consumers. So look forward to the upcoming comparison. And if you're interested, check out my detailed comparison between the A1 and the Mini 5 Pro in the meantime. And give me a like as feedback if you found this video interesting. Stay tuned and see you next time.